Next, I want to talk about some of the equipment that I use. First is the belt sander. This is a typical woodworking shop belt sander. It has a table on it to allow us to do sanding at right angles, but we're going to use it for knife sharpening and use it in a slightly different manner. One of the things I like about this particular model of belt sander is the ability to turn it on its back and have it run horizontally, and that gives us access to the slack belt here for convex edges, or access to the platen here for flat grinds. And because the belt is moving away from us, any sparks or material that comes off the knife is being thrown away from us.
There are 4 uses for the belt sander, and I want to go over them briefly right now. One of the most useful parts is to reduce the bolster on a knife when the bolster is too high and not allowing it to come down to the cutting board. For that, we simply press the knife against the platen part of the belt sander, grind it down to the desired point. If our bolster has gotten too thick at that point and we want to thin it down a little bit, we can thin it down by bringing it to the slack part of the belt sander and using that to blend the sides together and thin the bolster down. That's one use. A second use is correcting the blade shape. When our blade has a swale or hollow in it that we need to correct, we can correct it against the platen by just rocking the blade and grinding the blade dull. That way it won't burn the blade and we can get the correct shape. Later we can go on and put a correct edge on that blade. The third use for the belt sander is grinding convexed edges, and there we use the slack belt portion again, and the pressure against the slack portion naturally makes it curve and give us a convex edge. So we use that for hatchets, axes, and other heavier tools, hunting knives. Probably the only knife in the kitchen that we use this for is a cleaver.